Caught my own brother fucking my fiancée in our bed. My own goddamn family still took their side and tried to guilt trip me at Christmas. So I cut every single one of them off and never looked back. But the airline had staffing issues, swapped schedules, and suddenly I was landing at LAX 48 hours early. I texted Bridget from the airport, but she didn't respond. Figured she was at work. Physical therapy sessions ran long sometime. I grabbed an Uber home around 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. Quiet neighborhood, quiet street. My house looked exactly like I left it a week ago. I unlocked the front door, tossed my keys on the table, rolled my suitcase into the hallway. That's when I heard it, upstairs, from my bedroom. Sounds I recognized. Sounds that made my stomach drop before my brain even processed what they meant. I stood there for maybe 5 seconds, just listening, confirming, hoping I was wrong. I wasn't wrong. I took the stairs slowly, each step deliberate. My heart wasn't racing, it was cold, steady, like my body already knew what my mind hadn't accepted yet. The bedroom door was half open. I pushed it wider. Bridget, my fiancée, the woman I was supposed to marry in 8 months, in my bed, with my brother, Troy. They didn't hear me at first. Took them maybe 3 seconds to realize someone was standing in the doorway. 3 seconds of me watching the two people I trusted most in the world destroy everything I thought I knew about them. Bridget saw me first. Her face went white. She gasped, scrambled, shoved Troy off her. Troy turned, made eye contact with me. I just stared. Oh my God. Bridget grabbed the sheet, her voice high and panicked. You're not supposed to be get out. I said. My voice came out flat, calm, like I was telling her to pass the salt. She froze. Please, let me explain. You have 10 minutes to get your things and leave, or I'm calling the cops for trespassing. Troy stood up, pulling on his pants. Bro, wait. I didn't look at him, didn't turn my head, didn't acknowledge he'd spoken. My eyes stayed on Bridget. Please. She begged, tears already streaming. It's not what you think. 9 minutes. Troy stepped toward me. We need to talk about this. I walked past him, shoulder to shoulder, like he wasn't there. He might as well have been a ghost. I went to the closet, pulled out the duffel bag I'd bought for Bridget last Christmas, tossed it on the bed. Start packing, I said to her. Bridget was sobbing now, mascara running. This was a mistake, I swear. I don't know what happened. 8 minutes. Troy tried again, moved into my line of sight. Look at me. Please. Just look at me. I stepped around him, went to the dresser, started pulling out her clothes, threw them toward the bag. Stop. Bridget grabbed my arm. Stop. Please. We need to talk. I pulled my arm free, gentle, but firm. You need to pack. Troy's voice cracked. Say something to me, anything. Yell. Hit me. Just I walked to the bathroom, grabbed her toothbrush, her makeup bag, her shampoo, brought it all back to the bedroom, set it next to the duffel. Bridget wasn't packing. She was standing there crying, hands shaking. Troy was still trying. I know you're annoyed. I know I messed up, but you're my brother. I checked my watch. 5 minutes. Please. Bridget lunged forward, grabbed my shirt. I love you. I made a horrible mistake, but I love you. 4 minutes. Troy put his hand on my shoulder. Don't do this. Don't shut me out like this. I shrugged his hand off, didn't look at him, walked to the door. Where are you going? Bridget's voice was desperate. Downstairs. You have 4 minutes to be gone, or I'm calling the police. I left the bedroom, went down to the living room, sat on the couch, pulled out my phone, opened the contacts, found the non-emergency police line. Finger hovering over it. I could hear them upstairs. Bridget crying, Troy talking, his voice muffled. She was begging him for something. Help, probably. A plan. He kept saying my name, over and over, like I gave a crap. 3 minutes later, they came downstairs. Bridget's duffel barely packed, clothes shoved in messily. Troy had his shirt on backward. His face was red, eyes wet. Bridget paused at the door. Please. Can we just know? I said. Troy stepped forward, stood right in front of me. I'm not leaving until you say something to me. Anything. I looked at my phone, waited. Say something. Troy's voice broke. I raised my eyes, looked at Bridget. Leave your key on the table. Her hand shook as she pulled the key off her ring, set it down. She was still crying, still trying to speak. I didn't hear it, didn't process it. Troy hadn't moved. You're my brother. You can't just. I stood up, walked around him, opened the front door, held it. Bridget stumbled out, sobbing. Troy lingered, stared at me, desperate, broken. I stared past him, through him. Please. He whispered. I didn't blink. He finally walked out, turned on the porch, tried one more time. We need to talk. I closed the door, locked it, walked back to the couch, sat down, stared at the wall. My phone started ringing 30 seconds later. Troy, I watched it ring, watched his name flash on the screen, watched it go to voicemail. It rang again immediately, again. By the time the sun set, he'd called 47 times. I didn't answer once, didn't delete the calls, didn't block him, just let them pile up. Let him see that I saw them. Let him know I chose not to answer, because Troy didn't exist anymore. I packed a bag around 9 p.m., checked into a hotel, left my house empty. My phone lit up one more time before I went to sleep. Troy. Please. Just say one word. I'm begging you. I read it, left it on red, turned off the light, and I haven't said a single word to him since. I woke up at 6 a.m. in the hotel room, checked my phone out of habit. 63 text messages, 22 missed calls, all from Troy. I scrolled through them with my coffee, read every single one. I'm sorry. Please talk to me, you're my brother. I know I messed up, but please say something. Anything. I can't sleep. Are you there? Please. Please. The messages got more desperate as the night went on. The last one came in at 4:44 a.m. I'm still your brother, you can't just erase me. I set my phone down, opened my laptop, pulled up the smart lock app for my house and changed all the access codes, deleted Bridget's fingerprint from the system, deleted Troy's, too. I'd given him access years ago for emergencies. No more emergencies. I pulled up my contacts, found Bridget, typed one message. Engagement is over. Don't contact me. Sent it. Then blocked her number, blocked her on Instagram, Facebook, everything. Deleted her contact entirely. Troy's contact stayed. I wanted him to see his messages going through. Wanted him to see read 6:15 a.m., under every single one. Wanted him to understand that I was choosing not to respond. The silence was the punishment. My phone rang at 7:30 a.m. Mom, I answered. Oh, thank God. She said immediately. Troy called me last night. He's beside himself. He says you won't talk to him. There's nothing to say. Sweetie, I know you're hurt, but Mom, he slept with my fiancée in my bed. She was quiet for a second. I know, and that was wrong, but he made a mistake. He's your brother. I don't have a brother named Troy. I heard her sharp intake of breath. Don't say that. I have to go. Wait. I hung up. The phone rang again 20 minutes later. Dad this time. Son. He started, voice heavy. I know you're hurt, but we need to handle this as a family. Then go be a family, without me. That's not fair. What's not fair is what Troy did. What's not fair is you calling me to defend him. I'm not defending him. I'm trying to keep this family together. Good luck with that. I hung up. My phone buzzed. Group chat, the family one we'd had for years. I opened it. Monica. Has anyone talked to him? Piper. Dad just tried. He hung up. Mom. He's not answering my texts. Monica. This is ridiculous. Troy made a mistake. Are we really going to let this destroy the family? Dad. He needs time. Mom, Troy is devastated. He says his brother won't even look at him. Piper. Maybe if we all talk to him together? I muted the chat, didn't leave, didn't respond, just went silent. Let them talk about me like I wasn't there. Seemed fitting. By noon, Troy had sent another 17 messages. I read every one, replied to none. I know you're reading these. Please, just say you hate me. Say anything, the silent treatment is destroying me. Good. Monica texted me directly around 2 p.m. You're really going to throw away 28 years over this? I didn't respond. Piper called at 4 p.m. I almost didn't answer, but I did. Please. She was crying. Please, just talk to Troy. He's falling apart. Good. That's cruel. I hung up. The rest of the day was quiet. I used my laptop to handle the logistics. Called the wedding venue, canceled everything. They asked if I wanted to reschedule. No. I want a refund. Called the caterer, the photographer, the band, canceled it all. Bridget tried calling from a different number. I didn't recognize it at first, answered by accident. Please, don't hang up. I hung up, blocked the number. She tried again from another number an hour later. I blocked that one, too. Around 8 p.m., I drove back to my house. The neighborhood was quiet. I pulled into my driveway, grabbed my suitcase from the hotel, and went inside. The bed was still unmade. Still smelled like her perfume. His cologne. I stripped the sheets, threw them in the trash. The pillows, too. The comforter. All of it. Dragged it all outside to the bins, went back inside, ordered a new mattress online, express delivery. My phone buzzed constantly. Troy, always Troy. I read every message. Felt nothing. The group chat was still going. I unmuted it long enough to scroll through. Monica, he hung up on Piper. Mom, this isn't healthy. Someone needs to talk to him face to face. Dad, I'll try again tomorrow. Troy, I just need him to say one word. Just one. Piper, maybe we should give him space. Monica, space? He's icing out his own brother. That's not space. That's cruelty. Troy, I deserve it. Monica, no, you don't. You made a mistake. You're human. I muted it again, took a shower, stood under the water until it ran cold, got dressed, sat on my couch, stared at my phone. Troy's messages kept coming. I'll wait as long as it takes. You're my brother, and I love you. I'm so sorry. I turned on the TV, some late night show, wasn't really watching. Around 1:30 a.m., I went upstairs, got into bed, the guest room bed, since I'd thrown out my mattress. I was almost asleep when I heard it, pounding on my front door, then shouting, I know you're in there. Troy's voice. Please, just open the door. More pounding. Harder. Look at me. Just look at me. I got up, walked to the window, pulled back the curtain slightly. Troy was standing on my porch, hair a mess. Eyes wild. He was crying. Say one word. He screamed at the door. Just one word. He slammed his fist against the wood. Again. Again. I'm your brother. I stood there, watched him break down, watched him slide down to sit on my porch steps, head in his hands, sobbing. My hand was on my phone. Could have called the cops. Could have gone downstairs. Could have done something. Instead, I closed the curtain, went back to bed, lay there in the dark, listening to my brother cry on my doorstep, and felt absolutely nothing. Troy left around 3 a.m. I heard his car start up, pull away. By then, I was already asleep again. The next morning, my phone had 6 more messages from him. I read them over breakfast, didn't respond. Week went by like that. Troy messaging. Family calling, me ignoring all of it. I went back to work, flew to Tokyo, then Sydney. Came home. Troy had left a letter taped to my door. I threw it away without opening it. The following Tuesday, I came home from a grocery run to find a car parked in front of my house. My parents' car. They were sitting inside, waiting. I grabbed my bags from the trunk, walked past their car to my front door. Dad's window rolled down. We need to talk. No, we don't. Please. Mom's voice. Just let us in. I stopped. Key in the lock. Thought about it. Then I unlocked the door and pushed it open. Didn't look back, just walked inside. They followed. I set the groceries on the kitchen counter, started putting things away. They stood in my living room, awkward, uncertain. Sit if you want, I said, not looking at them. They sat. I finished with the groceries, made myself coffee, didn't offer them any, finally turned around, leaned against the counter. Well, Mom spoke first. Her eyes were red, like she'd been crying recently. Troy is not okay. That's not my problem. He's your brother. Not anymore. Dad shifted forward. What he did was wrong. We're not saying it wasn't, but he's still blood. Blood doesn't mean anything when it's the knife in your back. Mom's voice cracked. He's barely eating. He can't sleep. You're not speaking to him is destroying him. I took a sip of coffee. Good, how can you be so cold? Mom was crying now. He made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting to text back. A mistake is being late to dinner. What Troy did wasn't a mistake. It was a choice. Dad stood up. He's still your brother. You can't just erase him. Watch me. This silent treatment, Dad continued. It's cruel. He's trying to apologize. I don't care what he's trying to do. He needs you to hear him. I don't care what he needs. Mom stood, too. You can't just shut him out forever. That's not how family works. Family doesn't sleep with your fiancé in your bed. The word hit them. Mom flinched. Dad's jaw tightened. We're trying to keep this family together, Dad said quietly. Then you should have thought about that before defending him. My phone rang. Monica. I answered, put it on speaker without asking permission. Did you talk to him? Monica's voice filled the room. He's here, Mom said. We're at his house. Oh, thank God. Listen, Monica's voice was firm, professional. She always thought she could fix everything. Troy told me what happened at your house, that you watched him from the window and didn't come down. And that's cold, even for this situation. He showed up at my house at 2 a.m. What did he expect? He expected his brother to at least acknowledge him. He's not my brother. Stop saying that. Monica's voice rose. He made a mistake. He's human. You're acting like he's the only one who's ever effed up. Did you call to lecture me? I called to tell you that you're being cruel. The silent treatment? Really? You're 32 years old. I hung up. Silence in the room. Mom wiped her eyes. Christmas is in 10 days. Okay, everyone will be there. Please come. Will Troy be there? They exchanged a glance. Dad answered. He's family. Of course he'll be there. Then I won't. Mom's face crumpled. You're going to skip Christmas because of this? I'm skipping Christmas because you're still treating him like family after what he did. He is family, Dad said, voice hard now. That doesn't just stop because you're angry. Watch it stop. Dad stood, tall, trying to intimidate. Old habits. If you don't come to Christmas, you're choosing to destroy this family. I met his eyes, didn't blink. I'm not destroying anything. Troy already did that. Mom stood, too. Desperate. Please, just think about it. Sleep on it. We're not asking you to forgive him. Just come to dinner, be there. For us? For you? Yes, for your family. I looked at them both, saw it clearly. They weren't here for me. They were here for Troy. To make him feel better. To make themselves feel better about defending him. He asked me to tell you he loves you, Mom said softly. I don't care. They moved toward the door, defeated, tired. Dad put his hand on the doorknob. Just think about it. Please. They were halfway down the walkway when I called out. Wait. They turned, hope on their faces. Tell everyone I'll be at Christmas dinner. Mom's face lit up. Really? Yeah. I leaned against the doorframe. I'll be there. Dad looked suspicious. You will? I will. And you'll talk to Troy? I smiled, cold. I'll come to dinner, that's what you asked for. Mom was already smiling through tears. Thank you. Thank you so much. What time? 6 p.m. Christmas Eve. We're doing dinner this year instead of lunch. I'll be there at 6 p.m. They got in their car. Mom was beaming. Dad still looked uncertain, but they drove away. I went back inside, closed the door, pulled out my phone. Troy had sent another message while my parents were here. Mom says she's going to talk to you. Please listen to her. Please. I deleted it, opened my calendar, marked Christmas Eve, 6 p.m. I was going to that dinner. Not to reconcile, not to forgive. But to confirm something I already knew. And they had no idea what was coming. 10 days passed. Troy messaged every day. I read every message, responded to none. The family group chat was active, excited about me coming to dinner, planning the menu, talking about presents. Troy didn't post in the chat, but I knew he was reading it, knew he was counting down the days until he could see me face to face. Christmas Eve came. I put on jeans and a sweater. Nothing special. Drove to my parents' house at 5:55 p.m. Cars were already in the driveway. Monica's SUV. Piper's sedan. And Troy's truck. I parked on the street, sat there for a moment, watched through the window as shadows moved inside. Warm light. Laughter. I got out, walked to the door. Didn't knock. Just opened it. He's here. Mom rushed over immediately, pulling me into a hug. She held on too long, squeezed too tight. I'm so glad you came. I patted her back, stiff. She pulled away, wiping her eyes. Dad appeared, shook my hand, firm grip, lots of eye contact. Good to see you, son. Monica came from the kitchen, gave me a quick hug. Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas. Piper waved from the couch, nervous smile. Hey. Hey. And then Troy stood up from the armchair near the fireplace. Our eyes met. He looked terrible. Lost weight. Dark circles. Beard growing and patchy. He was wearing the Christmas sweater I'd gotten him 2 years ago. Hey, his voice cracked. I'm glad you came. I walked past him to the kitchen, grabbed a beer from the fridge. Behind me, I heard Mom whisper something. Troy's footsteps followed me. Can we talk? He said quietly. Please. I opened the beer, took a long drink, walked back to the living room. Troy followed. I know you're still mad. I sat on the couch, pulled out my phone, started scrolling. Troy stood there, staring at me, waiting. I didn't look up. Please, he whispered. Just look at me. I kept scrolling. Monica cleared her throat. Dinner is almost ready. Why don't we all sit down? We moved to the dining room. Mom had gone all out. Turkey, mashed potatoes, stuffing, green beans, rolls, the whole spread. I sat at one end of the table. Troy tried to sit next to me. I pulled out my phone, set it on the table like I was expecting a call. He moved to the chair across from me instead. Everyone sat. Awkward silence. Dad cleared his throat. Let's say grace. We bowed our heads. Dad thanked God for family, for bringing us together. For forgiveness and new beginnings. I kept my eyes open. Stared at my plate. Amen, everyone said. We started passing food. Forced small talk, Monica talking about her kids. Piper mentioning work, Mom asking if anyone wanted more wine. I ate, said nothing. Troy kept glancing at me every few seconds, like he was waiting for me to crack. So, Dad said, way too casually. How's work been? Fine, I said. Still flying the same routes? Mostly. Silence again. Mom tried. We got your favorite pumpkin pie. Remember when you and Troy used to fight over the last slice? She laughed. Nervous. Forced. I took another bite of turkey. Troy set down his fork. I know this is uncomfortable, but I think I reached for the salt. He was mid-sentence. I just reached past him like he was invisible. His mouth closed. Dad jumped in. Let's just enjoy dinner. We can talk after. No, Troy said. No, I need to say this. He looked directly at me. I'm sorry, I know that doesn't fix anything. I know I destroyed everything, but I'm sorry. And I love you. You're my brother and I love you. And I had turned to Monica. Can you pass the potatoes? Troy stopped. Mouth still open, the words died in his throat. Monica slowly passed the bowl. I spooned potatoes onto my plate. Kept eating. Did you hear me? Troy's voice shook. I'm apologizing, I'm trying to. I took a drink of beer. Piper spoke up. This is so uncomfortable. Can't you two just talk? I looked at Piper. I have nothing to say. To any of us? She asked. Or just to him? I'm talking to you right now, aren't I? Troy's face went red. So, you'll talk to everyone else, but not me? I cut my turkey, took a bite. This is ridiculous, Monica said. He's sitting right there, apologizing. The least you can do is acknowledge him. Dad's tone hardened. She's right, this is childish. I set down my fork, looked at Dad. Childish? Yes. He's your brother. He made a mistake. He's been drunk. Bridget was confused. It just happened. It just happened? I repeated. Flat. Cold. Mom reached across the table. We're not excusing what he did, but you need to understand what? That people make mistakes when they're not thinking clearly. He was thinking clearly enough to drive to my house, to go upstairs, to get into my bed. Silence. Monica tried next. Look, we all agree it was wrong, but you can't just erase him from your life. Watch me. Troy slammed his hand on the table. Silverware jumped. Stop it. Just stop. I'm right here. I'm sitting right in front of you. Say something to me. Yell. Hit me, just acknowledge that I exist. I looked at him, really looked at him. For the first time since that day in my bedroom, his eyes were desperate, pleading, broken. I held his gaze for 5 full seconds. Then I looked back at my plate and kept eating. Troy's breath caught, like I'd punched him. Okay, Dad said, voice hard now. That's enough. You made your point. I stood up. Where are you going? Mom asked. I looked around the table, at all of them. Mom crying. Dad angry, Monica frustrated. Piper uncomfortable, and Troy, shattered. I came here tonight to confirm something, I said, calm, even. And I did. Confirm what? Dad demanded. That you all chose him over me. Mom shook her head. That's not fair. You invited him here, knowing what he did, knowing it would hurt me to see him. You asked me to sit at this table and eat dinner with the man who slept with my fiancée in my bed. And you thought what? That I'd just forgive him? That we'd hold hands and sing carols? We thought if you spent time together, Monica started. You thought wrong. Troy stood. Please don't leave. Please. I'll go. I'll leave right now. Just stay. I walked to the door. Dad followed. If you walk out that door, I turned. What, you'll cut me off? Too late. You're being selfish, Monica called out. Good, I said. I should have been selfish sooner. Mom was sobbing now. Please. It's Christmas. Merry Christmas, I said. I opened the door. Troy was right behind me. Desperate. Wait. Please, just one word. Just tell me you hate me. Tell me something. Anything. I looked at him one more time. He stopped, held his breath, hopeful. I turned and walked out without saying a single word. I got in my car, sat there for a minute. Through the window, I could see them inside, all standing around, arguing. Troy collapsed on the couch. Dad pacing. Mom crying in Monica's arms. I started the engine and drove away. My phone started ringing before I hit the main road. Monica, I declined. Dad, declined. Mom, declined. Troy, declined. By the time I got home, I had 23 missed calls. I walked inside, ordered a drink, sat on my couch and opened my messages. Dad, you humiliated your brother in front of the whole family. Monica, that was cruel. He was right there and you wouldn't even speak to him. What's wrong with you? Piper, you made Mom cry. Are you happy now? Mom, please come back. Let's fix this, we can work through this as a family. Troy, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Please just say something. I set the phone down, finished my drink, picked the phone back up, blocked Dad's number, blocked Mom's number, blocked Monica's number, blocked Piper's number, opened the family group chat, read the messages pouring in. Monica, he just left. Didn't say a word. Dad, that boy needs a reality check. Piper, I've never seen Troy like this. He can't stop crying. Mom, I don't understand what we did wrong. Monica, we asked him to forgive. He chose to be petty instead. I deleted the group chat. Then I blocked every extended family member. Aunts, uncles, cousins, everyone. Went through Instagram, Facebook, blocked them all, every single family member, changed my email password. Removed them as contacts. Troy's messages kept coming. I hadn't blocked him yet. Please. I'll do anything. Just talk to me. I can't breathe. Please, please, please. I blocked his number. Silence. I sat there in the quiet of my house and felt nothing. No guilt. No regret. Just clarity. Before I went to bed, I sent one final text to a temporary group chat I created with all of them. I'm done. Don't look for me. Don't call. Don't write. You made your choice when you asked me to forgive instead of asking him to earn it. I have nothing more to say to any of you. Sent. Then I deleted the temporary chat and changed my phone number first thing the next morning. The peace lasted 2 days. Then they showed up at my house, all of them. Mom, Dad, Monica, Piper, standing on my porch, ringing the doorbell. I watched from the upstairs window, didn't move. They rang again, knocked, called out, "We know you're home, your car's in the driveway." I stayed upstairs. They waited for 40 minutes, finally left. I called the non-emergency police line, explained I had family members harassing me, trespassing, asked them to note it in their system. Have you asked them to stop contacting you? The dispatcher asked. Yes. Multiple times. And they're still showing up? Yes. We'll send a patrol car by to document it. If they come back, call us immediately. They came back 3 more times that week. The 4th time, I called the cops. They came, talked to my parents, explained trespassing laws. My parents left, didn't come back. The letters started arriving. Handwritten, certified mail. From Mom, from Dad, from Monica. I returned every single one, unopened. Returned to sender written across the front. Troy tried to reach me at work, showed up at the airline's main office, asked for me at the desk. I called HR immediately. I have a family member who's harassing me. He's been asked to stop contact multiple times and won't. He just showed up at our offices looking for me. I need this documented. HR took it seriously. Banned Troy from the premises, flagged his name in their system, told me to report any further contact. Monica created a new Instagram account. Username was just random letters. Sent me a DM. I know this is me. Please just read this. We miss you. Mom is devastated. Troy is. I recognized her writing style within 3 words. Blocked. Reported. Piper tried to reach me through a mutual friend. Asked the friend to pass along a message. I told the friend, if you pass messages from my family, I'll cut you off, too. The friend apologized, never did it again. Weeks passed, then months. Silence. Finally, I went back to living my life. Picked up extra shifts at work. Flew to Japan. Spent a week in Tokyo. Hiked Mount Fuji, met people at a hostel who became actual friends. Came back, started hitting the gym regularly, lost the weight I'd put on during the engagement, bought a new car. Something fast. Something fun. Something that was just mine. Started dating casually. Nothing serious, just enjoying life. Got a promotion at work, senior pilot, salary bump. Better routes. Slept through the night. Every night. No nightmares. No anxiety. No weight on my chest. I was thriving. 4 months after Christmas, I was having dinner with friends I'd made at the gym. We were laughing, talking crap, having a good time. My phone buzzed. Work email. I almost ignored it. But I was expecting a schedule update. Opened it. From Monica Bennett, 2025 at redacted.com. Subject. Please read this. Monica. The preview text showed, everything's fallen apart. Troy attempted. I stared at the screen. Everyone at the table was still talking, still laughing. One of them noticed my face. You good? I locked my phone, set it face down. Yeah, I'm good. I opened the email later that night, at home, alone, read the whole thing. Monica's words were careful, measured, the way she wrote when she was trying to manage a crisis. Troy had a breakdown, tried to hurt himself, non-fatal, hospitalized for a week, in therapy now. Mom and Dad were in counseling. Their marriage was strained. They blamed each other for how things went down, for pushing me away, for defending Troy. The family hadn't been together since Christmas. Monica and Piper barely spoke to Troy anymore, felt betrayed that his actions destroyed everything. Bridget had moved to another state. Apparently, Troy became obsessed with her after I left, kept showing up at her place, calling her, convinced himself that if they were together, it would mean something, that it wouldn't have been for nothing. She got a restraining order. Everything imploded. Monica's email ended with, "We understand now what we asked of you, what we expected. We were wrong, please call. Please come home. We need you." I read it twice, sat with it for 30 seconds, then I deleted it, blocked Monica's work email, went to bed. I thought about Troy in the hospital, thought about my parents fighting, thought about my sisters caught in the middle, and I felt nothing. Not satisfaction, not guilt, not anger, just nothing. They chose their path. I chose mine. Life kept moving forward. I flew to New Zealand, spent 2 weeks hiking and sightseeing, met a woman named Harper at a bar in Auckland. We talked for hours, kept in touch after I left, started dating her long distance. Nothing serious yet, but something good, something healthy. Made plans to visit her again in 3 months. Work was going great, my route schedule was perfect. My crew respected me. Life was exactly what I wanted it to be. One Tuesday afternoon, I hit the gym after a morning flight. Halfway through my workout, I saw him, Troy, across the weight room, looking worse than he did at Christmas, thinner, older, haunted. Our eyes met. He froze. I finished my set, racked the weights, grabbed my towel. Troy started walking toward me. I walked to the locker room, grabbed my bag, headed for the exit. "Wait," his voice behind me. "Please." I pushed through the door, kept walking. "Just one word." He was following me to the parking lot. "Just tell me you hate me. Tell me something." I got in my car. He stood outside my window, palm pressed against the glass. "I'm getting help. I'm in therapy. I'm trying." I started the engine. "Please." I backed out. He had to step away or get hit. Drove away, checked my rearview mirror once. He was standing there in the parking lot, just standing there. I didn't go back to that gym, found a new one closer to my house. 2 weeks later, I came home to find someone waiting in my apartment building lobby. "Dad." Security called me from the front desk. "There's a Frank here asking for you. Tell him I don't know anyone by that name." I heard Dad's voice in the background, arguing, getting loud. "Sir, I'm going to have to ask you to leave." The security guard said. "I'm his father." I took the phone from the guard. "This man is harassing me. I've asked him repeatedly not to contact me. Please remove him or I'm calling the police." Dad's face went white. "You'd have your own father arrested?" I spoke to the guard, not to him. "Yes." "Remove him." Security escorted Dad out. He shouted from the sidewalk, something about regret, about family, about how I'd feel when they were gone. I went upstairs, ordered a drink, sat on my balcony, thought about Dad's words, "You'll regret this." And I realized I wouldn't. The people who should have protected me chose my betrayer instead. They asked me to swallow my pain so they could feel comfortable. They called me cruel for refusing to pretend everything was fine. They wanted me to be the bigger person. So, I became someone bigger than their betrayal. My phone rang a week later. Unknown number. Let it go to voicemail. Piper's voice. "Troy is back in the hospital. Mom asked me to call. She wants to see you. Please." I deleted it, blocked the number. Harper texted, "Still on for tonight?" I smiled, responded, "Absolutely." Got ready for my date, left my apartment, locked the door behind me, didn't think about Troy, didn't think about my parents, didn't think about any of them, because they weren't my family anymore. Family is the people who stand with you when everything falls apart. The people who choose you when it's hard, the people who don't ask you to bleed so they can stay comfortable. My family destroyed themselves when they chose a betrayer over the betrayed. And me? I built something better, something new, something without them. I don't know if Troy's okay, don't know if my parents fixed their marriage, don't know if my sisters miss me, and I don't care. I walked out into the evening air, lighter than I'd felt in years. They wanted forgiveness. I gave them absence, and I've never looked back. Just when you think you've heard the worst betrayal imaginable, another story proves you wrong. If you love shocking confessions, devastating betrayals, and unforgettable revenge, hit subscribe because the next story is already waiting.